Hi, my name is Denise McCabe and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia on the New South Wales Central Coast, and this is my Makeup Monday for this week. Today we're going to do a technique that I haven't done for ages, and it's called the dryer sheet technique. So this is it in my little technique booklet, and obviously I haven't done it for ages because I used Lovely as a Tree and that's been retired for a few years. But you use dryer sheets. So these are the dryer sheets I use in my tumble dryer, and you don't use them fresh. They're quite stiff when they're new. So after they've done a couple of loads of drying of your clothes, they soften up a little bit, and I'm going to show you how we use them on a card. So this is the card we're going to make, and it's not Lovely as a Tree. It's in the annual catalogue called Evergreen Elegance. And to me, this is my replacement of Lovely as a Tree. So bear with me while I put the phone up into the holder and we'll get started. Okay, so for this technique, you need a stamped image on neutral cardstock, so Whisper White or Very Vanilla. You colour the images if you want to or if they're needed. So with the Lovely as a Tree and the Evergreen Elegance, we don't need to do any colouring. We used to have a glue stick, but I dug around in my stash and I found this old Bostik blue stick. No longer blue, but that's the sort of glue stick you need. You need a layer, a used dryer sheet, and you need Dazzling Diamonds. So I put my Dazzling Diamonds into a container. So we shall put this aside. So they're the products that you need, and I'll put this aside, my book aside, and I shall show you how to do it. So I've got my cardstock over here. I'll just make sure we're still in view. So I'm using an evening evergreen base for my card, and I've cut it long ways. I quite like so a lot of my Christmas cards this way because they can stand up and also hang on like a Venetian or a plantation shutter at Christmas time. So that's why I like cutting them long ways, the Christmas cards. So I'll just make sure I get a nice crisp edge. So I've got a piece of soft succulent here, and I'm going to run that through the hammered metal embossing folder. So I'll just pop that in there, and I shall bring my embossing machine in. Now you need the big boss machine for this because it's because of the size of the embossing folder. And so you just need the base plate and plate number 4. So put that spine in and just run that through. I'll just move that out of the way again. We're just entering another 4 weeks of lockdown in the Greater Sydney region, and the Central Coast is considered part of the Greater Sydney region, even though we're right on the very outskirts. So I hope everyone's going okay with the lockdown. Okay, so I've run that through the embossing folder. Now you can use it whichever way you like, whichever textured side that you like best. This one I've done it with they look like cobblestones to me, smooth side facing up, and I really do prefer that side, so I'm going to do it again that way. So I'll just put that there, and I'll get my green glue it's been really nice having some Olympics to watch, and that's sort of taken our mind off all the lockdown and COVID problems that we're having here in Sydney. So I'm running my first stamp club by mail because we were meant to meet this weekend for stamp club. So I've designed the cards and I'm cutting them all up and posting them out to my girls. So I've got to keep everybody crafting because it's starting to get a bit over the lockdown situation. Not that I really go many places, but anyway. Okay, so that's that. So that's going to be my base for my trees. So I'll put that there, and that's going to be my Merry Christmas. So let me get a block out, and I'll get this block. And I'll get my trees. Now, I used the tall tree and the little tree. And the Evergreen ink. So what I did was I actually stamped, I think I'm pretty sure, you can't really see, but I'm pretty sure I stamped the little trees off to make them a little bit lighter. So I will get a scrap of paper and do that. And I stamped them first so I could work out where I wanted them on the paper. So, and I put them up a little bit so I could put my ribbon around. So that's my little trees done. And then my big tree I didn't stamp off. I must buy the re-inkers for the in colours because I'm using these in colours a lot. I think they're the best in colours we've ever had. So let me just put that there. Now I've put this one up a little bit higher on my piece of cardstock than I did for this sample, but that doesn't matter. So that's that. So we're going to put that aside to dry for the moment because we don't want to smudge it. I did actually smudge this one when I put the glue on, but you can't see. But I'll let this dry off a little bit more so to avoid excess smudging. I'll hang on to that. And we'll stamp our Merry Christmas from the same stamp set. So this is a bundle in the annual catalogue, and it comes with a tree border punch, which I showed in my Facebook Live the other day, I think. So the bundle is $70. But the punch doesn't actually cut out the trees of the stamp set. It's like a tree border punch, like that. So I might actually put that inside of my card. So that's that. So I'll get the Merry Christmas out. And I've got my 3/4 of an inch strip cut, and I'm going to use the Treasured Tags punch. Now in this one I used this pointy one. I might use this one for this card just to change it up a bit. So what you do is the punch you can put in strips 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, or an inch. So it's actually 6 punches in one. So this is 3/4 of an inch of a strip of cardstock, and you just slide it in and punch. And I keep the little chad, and I'll show you why I do that. So then I get my Merry Christmas, and I just line up where I want it. I hope my head's not coming into the camera. And stamp. That's got a little bit of a, It won't matter because I do blend some ink over it. And then I'll get that out of the way. I'll get my pencil and the little Chad bit. And I just put it on the end and try and estimate how much, like the same distance from the other end that I have. I mean, you could measure it if you're really pedantic. Me, I'm not that pedantic. So, you get your paper snips and snip the end off and pop it back in your punch. Make sure it goes right to the end. Turn it over, make sure it's lined up, and punch. And then you've got a tag. I just might trim that little bit down. I must have been slightly off with my 3/4 of an inch. So that's your greeting that's going to go on your card. So I will just close that up, put my treasured tag away, and what do I want to do? I will clean this off. Whilst we're waiting for inks to dry. Put this back in here. Okay, so I'm just going to get my green blending brush. I might not, yeah, I'll just get soft succulent ink. And just blend. Got to be careful. The darker colours tend to smudge, so I'm not sure if I like that. I might actually do it again, and we might wait for it to dry. You could always hit it with your heat tool, but I haven't got my heat tool out, so 2 sides to every piece of cardstock. So let me just turn that over and get my Merry Christmas back out. Sorry about that. So there we go. So I'll put the evening evergreen away for the moment. Clean my stamp. And just put that there. So we'll come back to our gluing. I'll put that under there. So with your Bostik glue stick, you're just going to wipe it over. Now that's got a bit of green that was on from the other day, but it's certainly not smearing like it did on that one, but you can't see it. So make sure it's down the sides, and then you get your dryer sheet, and I'm just going to press it down on top. And get some scissors. You can either wrap it round, but I just tend to cut it off against the edge of the cardstock. And I think Christmas cards lend themselves to this technique because of glitter. Now, if you feel you haven't got enough glue there, you can just lift it up and place a little bit more down. And then you get a Dazzling Diamonds. And a teaspoon. And just sort of press it into the dryer sheet. And tap it off. Looks pretty good. I'll just put a bit more on. Just rub it in. You will end up with some glitter everywhere, but hey, card making, paper craft's not fun if you don't have glitter everywhere. And put the glue, whoops, put my glue lid back on. Now I'm going to attach it to here. I'm just going to turn it over with my green Tombow glue. And attach it to that. Oh, just have a glass of water. Sorry, I've got a croaky throat. There we go. Then we get some of the beautiful evening evergreen ribbon. And I'm going to cut that. And just use my little Neep and Chasty tape. Oh, that's the empty one. See where I want the ribbon. Put that around. There we go. Get some dimensionals. It's nice to have a craft when we're in lockdown to keep us sane. So if anybody's needing crafting supplies, please let me know. We all need to be sane, kept sane in this day and age. This crazy day and age. Okay, so I'm gonna place that there. And I'll do a bow. I have to order some more of this. I've been using this ribbon, the evergreen one, so much. I really will have to get some more. Oops. So I've got a new host code up for August. I put that up yesterday. So if you'd like to do any online ordering with me, just use that host code. The new mini catalogue and celebration catalogue go live on Tuesday the 3rd of August. So there's lots of great stuff in there, Christmassy stuff, Halloween stuff if you're into Halloween. All sorts of lovely things in the mini catalogue. And if you spend $90, you get to choose something free from the celebration catalogue. So it's always nice to get something free. So I'm just going to put my glue dot there and stick my bow on top. I haven't stuck that down yet, so don't think I've got it crooked. I'm going to put this underneath here too. So that's that already, and I can take off the dimensional backings and stick that onto my card base. Oh, that's already off. So you do have some Dazzling Diamonds floating around. So I put that up higher. And now I've got this. So having given that some time to dry off, it probably will be, won't smudge. Let's have a look. Yeah, So that's the way you got to do the evening evergreen. It's a bit like cherry cobbler. Cherry cobbler, Native Navy, the darker colours. I do get a little bit of smudging if I'm, you know, trying to do things too quickly with them and not letting them dry off completely. But that's pretty cool, that just leave it, do something else, and you're right. And there's two sides to every piece of cardstock. That's what I say. Put my blending brush away. And I laid that one flat because the tree's up higher, up on dimensionals. I could put it up on dimensionals, but I just laid it flat. So I'm going to use my tape and then just measure it. There we go. I just want to get it right. That'll do. That's good. Oh, no. As I pushed it down, I pushed it crooked. So where's my pokey tool gone? I'll just lift that up a little bit. There we go. So that's that. I didn't put any bling on this because I thought that was enough bling, but you know what? I'm going to. Why not? I'll get the in color jewels, and I shall get my picker tool. And I've got some soft succulent left just to put on the outsides of that. I think that looks nice actually. Oops. And on my sample I shall put Evening Evergreen, just to be different. Gotta have bling, even though you've got Dazzling Diamonds. And I shall get an insert. Let me see. I was going to stamp another little tree, but I've got a row of trees here. Oh, that's my puppy. Sorry, guys. I've got a row of trees here, so I shall use that. And that's my card finished. I'll put that in the inside, and that's my card finished. So it's my husband home. So let's go back through and see what you needed to make this card. You needed dryer sheets, used ones, tumble dryer sheets. So used ones that have been put through the dryer 2 or 3 times. Dazzling Diamonds, blue stick glue, and a stamp set. So I hope that's given you some inspiration for a different kind of technique that you might not have seen before. Thanks for watching. Bye.